So this is the story of my life. All I wanted to do was get some tuning in today, and I did go to the auto parts store. I got a bird living in my garage. Okay. And I did get oil. I think my low oil pressure is due to all this. I'm running it really rich, and it's washing down the cylinders and getting into the fuel, or the oil, I mean. I think that's my issue. I'm going to try to change the oil. Plus, it's if you want to call it braking oil. I've never did an oil change on this one yet. So I'm going to change the oil. Hopefully that'll bring my oil pressure back up. But I'm going to get back on this and try to do some tuning yet tonight and see if I get somewhere. As long as my oil pressure comes back up. If it doesn't come back up, I got to see why. What's going on with that. Or if the gauge is even right. I got a mechanical gauge I'm going to put on. So I'm making dinner right now. And that's it. We'll get to changing oil. I did want to do something last night, but I was feeling tired, and it was college football, Georgia, Florida, one of their big games, and something just told me not to go out. Like, I was even going to go out and get some beer, and something just told me no, just stay home. So I didn't get anything done last night, moving stuff around to get my ramps, so I'm going to change my oil. But that was kind of my thing. I had a gut instinct, don't do it, and I didn't do it. So, but tonight I'm going to try to tune that a little bit, and I'm going to. This is my only time to this weekend anyway, unless I can get what I have to get done in the house early, to start messing with this roll cage again. So let's see if we can get some work done. I'm going to bring these ramps in. Like I said, I'm cooking burgers, so that's for dinner. As soon as I'm done eating, I'm going to change my clothes to something I can crawl under this truck with, and change my oil, fire it up, and see if that changes. I got a lifter that's tapping too, and I don't know if that's due to the oil. It's the same set of lifters I put in my 6.0 for my 2500 HD, and I have no problems with them, so we'll see. All right, let me make my burgers and eat, and we'll get back on this.
So I got the oil filter changed out. I bought a filter cutter. I want to open this up and look at the element. Just wanted to see if there's any like metallic in there. Just gonna let this drain. I bought one of these things. It smells really bad of oh yeah, there's glitter in this. So that lifter is not happy. Or I got something else coming apart. Alright, well, let's get the rest of the oil changed out. Remember, this is just a junkyard engine. There's new cam bearings, but that's it. Yeah, there's sparkles in this. Okay, let me change the rest of it. I could probably put that in the gas tank and burn it. So as I was waiting for the oil to drain, I figured I'd check this little catch can. And it smells like water. So that is, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be in there. But apparently this thing's working, so we're just going to empty it out and keep on using it. All right. Slowly push this out. And I was thinking it was my power steering pump leaking. I got oil everywhere down here. And it's coming from the front of the engine. So I don't know. You know, it could be when I change the front cover, the silicone in the corners. Remember, and my light just quit on me. Remember, I had the regular front cover on, and then I changed it for the one with the oil drain backs in. That was like last winter. It could just be that it's leaking from the corners there. I gotta go find another light now. This is awesome. I really think it's this power steering pump leaking. I guess it could be my front main seal's coming out. That's interesting. Do you see this? Holy moly. Huh. That's exactly what's going on. Look at the bottom of the water pump. There's oil everywhere. Interesting. Let me get a screwdriver. I know it's really hard to see with this flashlight. Let me try to get a better light so I'm not blinding everybody. It's pushing my front main seal out. That ain't cool. Yeah, let me see if I can find a better flashlight and a screwdriver to point this out. Wow. Alright, well, my other flashlight's just dead. I hope you guys can pick this up. See where I'm sticking the screwdriver? That's the front main seal. Oh yeah, it just popped right back in place. So And I wondered about that. That's the ICT front cover. These seals are bad about coming out. I'm gonna have to take it apart and I use a product called Aviation. It's real sticky stuff. That's what kind of glues them seals in. So I'm gonna have to keep. I mean, I gotta fix that. I can't keep going. I think what's happening, I have so much blow by that there's internal crankcase pressure, and that's how that happened. And the rear main seal is a Dorman, and those seals are pressed in a little better, at least to my knowledge. It appears to be dry back here. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this one. Of course, well, that spacer shouldn't be touching the seal or it'll tear the seal up. All right, well, that's a little bit of a bummer, but nothing I can't handle. Yeah, it's flinging oil everywhere. So that sucks. Anyway, I can put oil in this and see if my oil pressure comes up. If my oil pressure don't come up, I have a whole different issue, and this engine might be coming out. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah, you can see right there. Yeah. All right. Well, at least I caught it before let me sit on the side of the road. That would have sucked. All right, let's fill this thing up with some oil. So I didn't think this through. During an oil change, the truck's up on the ramps. I have to stand on the thing to reach the oil fill, because remember, it's all the way in the back here. So, oh shit. Okay. I'm just gonna have to pour that slowly. And we're using the House Blend STP from good old AutoZone 530. You always have to go to the bathroom halfway through pouring some oil. I gotta take a leak pretty bad. I can't even finish pouring it, that's how bad I gotta pee. Still a quart low. I like it. Alrighty, so my major concern was, I'm using the oil pressure sending unit out of the 4.3 V6 that was in this truck and the factory gauge. And when I first put this together, it was actually reading 40 PSI. And over the past few days, it's been going down and down, and I'm down to, that's probably like the 20 mark. So we're going to start this thing and see if it builds any pressure. I'm going to turn the lights on so you can see, or I don't know if you can see any better or not, but that's what we got. Right back to 40, okay. So that's a good sign. All right, let me get these ramps out of here and pull it forward again. I'm gonna take this for a ride around the neighborhood, put some heat into it, and I don't hear that lifter ticking, but I want to see if we get some heat into it if that noise comes back.
Well, oil pressure came back up, but I'm still getting that lifter tick. So I hate to say it, but I think my Amazon lifters, well, one of them is failing on me. Big surprise, huh? Alright, well, I'm going to pop the hood and see if that rear main or the front main seal stayed in place, or if it blew out again.
Don't know if you can see that, but that seal is already starting to walk out. What I wasn't sure about was when I first was putting this together, I had the tubes that go to the catch can blocked off, and just from sitting here idling, it was pushing oil out of the turbo, and I thought I had something wrong with the turbo. And then someone helped me and made me realize that I have to vent the thing. So I wasn't sure if that got pushed out then. However, it wasn't leaking at that point in time. This didn't start leaking until this thing started seeing 10 pounds of boost on the road. So I'm wondering if that just needs to be glued in, or do I need to go with a bigger vent size on each side. There's one of these on both sides. One's over there. Time will tell. I'm going to, I hate to do it because I just started tuning on this thing, but I'm going to get a set of real lifters. Fix this front main seal issue and continue on there. So that means I'm going to be tearing this down to the short block. All this is going to come off. That might give me a chance to show everybody how I did what I did. So that'll be interesting. And I have to finish up, like, the way I routed this, it cavitates here, so when this pump comes on, you can hear it. It's not actually circulating, although this thing is ice cold. So I don't know. I'm going to flip these two around. My thoughts were that the fresh cool water would come in and trickle down, so as the air is going past, it would go into cooler fins. But like I said, just the way water works, I think it wants to go into the bottom one and then push up, which will always have pressure, water pressure on the pump. You know, it won't cavitate. Right now I think it's draining, and this is somehow getting air in it, I think. So that, and like my brackets here, paint everything, finalize it, you know, make it so I can drive it without worrying about it. It's been good so far, but I think that's it for today's installment until I get the oil filter cutter and we can look at this filter. My fear is I take these lifters out and the camshaft is shot. That's my big fear, because that means it's another expensive part to replace. And then pray to God nothing else happened to the engine. As far as all the glitter I'm finding, you saw, well, there's glitter in the oil. There's no doubt about it. Alrighty. I might be messing with the Blazer a little bit, so I'll try to edit this video, get it up, and play with the Blazer. Before I close this video out, I wanted to look at this oil pan here. I cleaned this oil pan specifically so I could see if there's any, you know, junk in the bottom of it. I'm mainly looking for metal, but I was running my finger in here a little bit ago. See those black chunks? That's the sort of stuff that's comes along with you know, rebuilding an engine at home in your garage and not using like the steam cleaner and stuff. You know, that's just carbon left over that I couldn't get off. There we go. So anyway, we're looking good here. I don't, other than the metal flakes, which could have just been bearings wearing in. Hopefully I didn't hurt that cam, but I don't see any metal chunks in here. That was my main concern. So we'll leave with that. I'm going to start searching for lifters and stuff and gather some parts, and I want to tear this down and have it back together like quick. I want to get it back on the road. So on to the next one.